Well, Corey, as I think we all learned from watching the movie The Naked Gun, it's not easy to sing the national anthem, as Sergeant Frank Drebin reminded us. And the other thing that I guess we're missing here, there would have been a staple at a Friday night game in years past, would have been the band.
Pep band. Yep.
And would Elsie have been playing?
Listen, I've gotten on Elsie. My daughter is active in the Bedford High School music program. I've asked her several different times why the pep band hasn't been here.
Okay, I'm
And
wondering.
she ran it for a year and a half or so, and then she keeps saying, Dad, it's not my responsibility. So hopefully they get back out here and start supporting the basketball teams and get it a little lively in here because we love to hear the live music, especially for the anthem.
Right, and I'd love to hear the live music, especially not to have to hear the singing. Yes, but I appreciate the spirit regardless.
The singing that Lauren is referring to is a handful of Bedford students that are here tonight supporting their classmates, which is great to see, but there are only about, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9. As Lana McCarthy tips off the scoring here, the sophomore puts in the first 2 points of the game.
Bedford won the tip. Sydney Grogan brought the ball down court, found Lana, and that bucket easy and made it 2-0. And now scrum over in the near side for the basketball. I almost said the football. Safia Mumpini creating a jump ball there, and it'll be Spaulding ball underneath. Bedford on top here, 2-0, seconds into the game. For those who did not watch our JV game today, and well, I have to imagine there couldn't have been a ton of people, the margin in that one, the final margin was 47. Bedford won by 56-9. It was 35-0 before Spaulding got on the board. So a crazy junior varsity game. And that team had a bit more of a full roster. This varsity team, as we mentioned in the intro, has fewer. And that shot missed by Spaulding, knocked out of bounds. It'll be Bedford ball, 7:12 left here in the first. Bulldogs on top by 2.
Yeah, I walked into that JV game at halftime and saw the score of 35-3. And knew that it might have been a long night for that JV team from Spaulding.
Feed down low from Kate Allard, finds Lana McCarthy, gets another bucket. Lana 4 and Spaulding nothing. 6:50 left here in period number 1. I still remember, I mean, it had to be 35 years ago, so that would make me like 12 or 13. A Lakers game, which everybody here hated the Lakers back in the 80s, but
yeah, still do actually.
That's okay.
That's not past tense.
No, I know, and that's okay.
Yeah.
They are up on Sacramento 29-0 in the first. But I mean, that one didn't, it wound up, I think, 29-4 at the end of the first. But you look at anomalies like that, I was hoping for perfection, 35-0. Loose ball down on the near side. Bedford comes up with it. Sydney Grogan takes the ball into the front court, dribbling left. Down low to McCarthy, double teamed. Lana tries to get rid of it, can't. Kate Allard comes up with it, feeds the baseline to Kazajansky. And Emma gets a bucket, 6-0 Bedford, 6:15 left here in the first.
Matchups are tough tonight. Lana McCarthy, one of the best centers in the state, if not the best center in the state. Great defender and excellent touch around the rim as Kazajansky puts in her second bucket of the game.
Nice outlet from Lana to Sophia Mumpini, and Mumpini knew Kazajansky was coming. Now 8-0 Bedford. Ball trying to get down low by Spaulding. Brochu kicks it over to the far side to Trogler. 3 is missed. McCarthy gets the rebound. Here we go back the other way. Grogan into the front court to Mumpini. Drives base. Little jumper from 15 on the far side. And that one is good. Mumpini on the board. Bedford up 10-0. 5.5 left here in the first. 3 of the 5 Bedford players are in the scoring column already.
I really like how Mumpini took that rhythm dribble right there. One step to her right towards the baseline. Gave herself a little bit of rhythm and popped it in.
Little left-handed layup by Mackenzie Brochu is good, and Spaulding is on the board here, 10-2 in favor of Bedford. Grogan dribbling into the front court, loses the ball, gets it back. Now over to the near side, Mumpini. Now back to Grogan up top, dribbling with the left. Little shake shimmy and kicks it over to the far side. Now down low to Lana McCarthy. She's got 6, Bedford's got 12, 12-2. 4:50 left here in the first.
Good patience by the Bedford offense. Little turnover there by the Red Raiders. We'll put it back in the Bedford offense's hands, but they've gotten great looks each time down. I was saying McCarthy is just so good left and right. Just great touch around the rim. You get her in the paint and She is tough to stop.
And she is a diligent worker, taking hundreds of shots whenever she has the opportunity to. This one back up top to Kazajanski, over to the far side to Allard. Allard, ball fake, drives, left hand layup, no good. Gets her own rebound. Now with the right hand, missed, is fouled, will go to the line and shoot two.
Strong move for the freshman, getting to her left hand into the lane, putting pressure on the defense, grabbing her own rebound and spinning back to the right side.
Foul call there on Trogler for Spaulding. First one out of the hands of Allard is good. And the second one also good from Kate Allard.
Great shooting form on that too. Nice little backward rotation, high arc. She's been a very good foul shooter for her entire young career here.
I was gonna say that's not the kind of thing that comes natural. That is you got to work at it, get better at it. And
absolutely.
She is one also who puts in the work.
Hours in the driveway, just shooting and shooting and shooting.
Now dribbling with the left hand is Drew. Ball kicked over to the far side. The three-pointer, no good. The rebound picked up. Shot and missed by Balarjan. McCarthy gets the rebound to Mumpini. Now to Kazajanski. And the ball out of the right hand of Emma Kazajanski and out of bounds. It'll be Spaulding ball. It looked like that one was just one where she had an idea of what she was going to do with the ball before she caught it. The classic throwing it before I catch it.
Totally agree with you. She looked to her left, saw Kate Allard cutting along the right side of the paint. Knew she wanted to pass it quickly, but forgot to catch the ball first as Jenna Philbrook buries a three for the Red Raiders.
14-5 Bedford here, 3:31 left here in the first period, and then a little left-handed kiss off the glass by Kate Allard. That gives her 4 now. So the only one for Bedford who started the game, who's not in the scoring column yet, is Sydney Grogan. Right-handed dribble, ball kicked out to Philbrook. Philbrook dribbling with the left hand over on the far side. Now looks up top. Got to do a little bit better spacing than that. Brochu with it up top. Guarded closely there by Allard. 16-5 Bedford, 3 minutes left in the first. Now the ball, little entry pass to Hannah Drew. She's fouled by Emma Kazajanski. That's Emma's first. And it'll be ball over here on the near side, being inbounded by Spaulding.
Little reach over the top. Carter getting her hand in the cookie jar there.
Inbound to Philbrook, dribbling with the left hand, guarded closely there by Sydney Grogan. Kick to the far side, little jumper by Trogler, rattles around, misses. Kazajanski, the rebound to Grogan. Grogan looking to the front court to Allard. Misses over her outstretched arms, and that'll be 2nd and 10.
That was a great look, though. If Allard had her head up and was diving right to the basket, that was an easy deuce. Just a little long and a little bit out of reach.
Nice little wheel route. Ball kicked down low. Tried to find Balarjan, could not. Now Balarjan guarded closely by McCarthy. Kick to the near side. Trogler misses the jumper. Allard the rebound. Grogan with it. Bedford on the fast break yet again, leading 16-5, 2:20 left in the first. Ball down low to McCarthy. She gets hammered a little bit. Call not made. Shot missed. And Spaulding will come right back the other way.
She did. She took a bit of a hit there. Surprised we didn't hear a whistle, but
silent whistle, dog whistle.
Nothing there, but she comes up with a steal here.
McCarthy the steal. Grogan with it now to the front court. Little jumper from the elbow. Shot missed. And Philbrook with the rebound for Spaulding.
A little strong. I like the pull-up from the elbow. That's actually one of my favorite shots during the basketball games. And Grogan had it wide open, just a little strong on that shot.
She had a lot of confidence in that shot last Friday night and did very well with it. As shot is missed by Spaulding. Ball knocked out of bounds by Spaulding. It'll be Bedford ball underneath as Lila Stein and Sydney Suazo, I should say, enter the game.
Mumpini and Grogan will sit down. Yeah, Grogan is an outstanding athlete. Any sport she partakes in. Scoring is not necessarily her forte, but she leads this team with ball handling as well as on the defensive side.
What is your opinion of her as a lacrosse player?
Outstanding. I mean, dogged pursuit of the ball, creative on offense. She's, like I said, an outstanding athlete. I've had the pleasure of coaching Sydney for a number of years when she was younger. And I was always impressed by her athleticism and dedication to improving.
Lila Stein dribbles baseline, tried to get it to Allard. Probably didn't need to. It had the nice left-handed layup. And Bedford almost turns the ball over, somehow maintains possession, and now inbound from the far side. 16-5, 1:18 left here in the first period of the game. Suazo with it, had a notion about a three, decided against it. Now it's Allard with it down low. Shot blocked. McCarthy gets it, puts it back, and it's good. And Lana McCarthy now has 8.
And that's the touch I was talking about, right? She gets that up off the glass with her left hand, nice soft touch. That's her offhand. You can't tell the difference between her right and her left as it goes up off of the glass.
Shot by Spaulding, going to be short. Lila Stein with it, dribbles into the front court, and Lila Stein will take it coast to coast. And Scott Blake, Spaulding's coach, has seen enough for the time being. 20-5, 45 seconds here left in period number 1.
Great fake as she went up. Faked the pass across the lane, kept it herself, took her 2 steps, and buried on the layup. Outstanding transition by Lila Stein.
And if you're Kevin Gibbs at this point, too, you look at it and you say, all right, you got 3 solid freshmen on this lineup. You got 2 very good sophomores in that mix, Lana McCarthy, Devlin McDonald. So you have a young team, and then based on the fact that that JV team's pretty solid, too, you got a lot of talent within this program. It's an abundance of riches.
Future is bright here, and Coach Gibbs has always got a smile ear to ear when we talk about it. He's excited about the talent level.
That's a lie.
Well, he's got one of those masks that you can actually kind of see through. It's a little translucent there.
Yes.
So.
You see it in his eyes. You can hear it in his voice. You can see it in your eyes. I can hear it in your smile. Left-handed shot.
McCarthy comes up with her 47th rebound of the first quarter.
That's underestimation. McCarthy with it up top for Bedford. Kicks it over to the far side to Stein. Ball knocked away by Spaulding, and the ball then taken back by Bedford. Sydney Suazo drives the hoop. Shot is blocked. Maybe a little bit of body, maybe.
A little body, but Hannah Drew made an excellent recovery on defense there. Got high, blocked that shot out of bounds underneath.
Ball to Stein over on the near side. About 15 seconds left here in the first period. Bedford will probably take the last shot unless Stein steps on the end line, at which point now it's Spaulding basketball. Red Raiders trail Bedford here 20-5, just under 7 seconds left here in the first. Philbrook dribbling with it over to the far side and steps out of bounds. Bedford with 2.3 seconds left will have a chance to get one more shot. Clock ticking down. Stein from half court. The shot misses just to the right. I got to applaud her taking it. Hansen was always a stickler for her. If you got a shot, take it. You and I know that from having played with him for years. Like, there wasn't any shot he didn't like either. So through one period here at the Bedford High Gym, 20-5 in favor of the Bulldogs.
Challenging start for the Red Raiders. We anticipated a tough game for them, being light on their roster, but also facing a powerhouse as the season has started in the Bulldogs. They started with a tough game against BG. We might have to chirp Corey Parker a little bit about scheduling, as that was their first game of the year. They lost a close one to a very strong Bishop Girton team and have won every game since. It was a 7-point game back on December 10th. As the season opener, I believe it was down at Bishop Girton.
It was.
They made a furious comeback late in the fourth quarter, but couldn't quite get close enough to force overtime. And that was a tough game for them to start, but they've recovered since and won every game that they have played.
Are you the kind of guy that wouldn't, if you were a college football coach, would you not schedule a tough out-of-conference early season matchup?
You know, maybe the third or fourth game. But I mean, not the first one.
You can't wait that long. Okay.
Yeah, you know, the first one, that's a tough one.
Okay.
It's a tough one. You know, just the first game of the season, you want to try to get your feet under you. Maybe the first two. On the football schedule, it's more condensed, right? For basketball, you have an 18, 19-game season. Football, you don't have many games to recover, so you have to take that into consideration. But I don't know. That's a tough one to start with.
20-5, Bedford, 7:45 left here in the first half. Ball over to the far side. Devlin McDonald. Pass stolen there by Spaulding. And back the other way comes Hannah Drew dribbling with the right hand. Now to Philbrook. Over to the far side to Trogler. Down low trying to find Philbrook. And it'll be off her hands. Bedford ball. Philbrook led the way for Spaulding. She had 3. That 3-pointer she made over on the far side. And for Bedford, the high point was Lana McCarthy with 8 in the first. Stein dribbling into the front court. McCarthy gets that feed from Mumpini down low, and now she's got 10. Bedford up 22-5, 7:14 left here in first half of play.
Kudos to Mumpini on that entry pass there. Drove hard on the baseline, drew the defense, faked up like she was going to shoot, but dropped it kindly to Lana McCarthy for that easy finish.
I wish somebody was keeping track of the number of rebounds Lana's got, but she just got another one. Gets it to Lila. Stein brings it up.
I think that's 52 now.
She is going to be threatening the record held by Wilt Chamberlain here soon. Ball attempted to get down low. Can't do it. Ashley Trogler picks it up for Spaulding. Now dribbles into the front court. Might have been a travel there. Might have been.
Oh.
And instead they're going to say a foul on the shot by Hannah Drew.
I really like that.
Lana McCarthy was guilty of it. So Lana's first.
Really like that rip through by Hannah McCarthy. She's a lefty. Faked a little bit to the right. It looked like it could have been a travel. They let it go, but she ripped through, drove hard, drew that foul.
I'm going to ask Bill Jennings to have the guys in the truck roll that one. Wait, that's not going to work. Philbrook with it now.
Yeah, do we have replay tonight? Come on, Bill, you're killing me.
And I'm going to say, too, I thought they gave Hannah Drew continuation on that one. They did not, so it's not
the NBA,
not
my friend.
hooping the harm.
Come on.
No Euro stepping around here. Purely Canadian stepping. The ball's rattling around, and I honestly can't follow it. Bedford on a fast break. McCarthy to Stein. Stein with the left hand, and Lila gets a bucket. She's got 4. 24-5 Bedford.
Oh, some bodies flopping all around there in that little scrum. Chasing after the ball, hustling everywhere.
Entry pass attempted, incomplete. Bedford will have the ball. I have to ask this, and it's been gnawing at me when I watch Ted Lasso, but I need to ask you because I hadn't watched it when we were watching a lot of soccer in the fall. Had you watched that? Have you?
I've watched maybe 2 episodes of it.
Seriously, you? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Ball the near side to Stein.
I need to catch
Dribbles
up on it.
to the baseline. Now kicks it back to Mumpini up top. Down to Allard on the baseline. Kicks over to the far side to Suazo. Thought about a jumper. Pulled back. Mumpini with it. Ball fake. Now looks over to the far side to Suazo. Ball fake. Drives to the hoop. Shot no good. And back the other way comes Spaulding. Chasing 19. Bedford on top 24-5. 5:20 left here in the first half.
Suazo had some great footwork on that first possession she had, the first touch. Nice little James Harden step back. She didn't pull the trigger and then drove to the hoop, got herself in trouble, but I would have seen her taking that first jumper when it became open.
Philbrook with it. 3-pointer over on the near side. Missed. Mumpini had a shot at the rebound. It pinballs off her hands, and it'll be Spaulding ball underneath. No, a lot of what you were teaching me soccer verbiage-wise was reiterated within Ted Lasso, and I was like, man, I feel like I'm the punchline in the joke. As Hannah Drew goes up with a shot, ball is knocked away by Kate Allard, but there's the butt to that was that Allard got her with the body pretty good, and Drew will go to the line and shoot too.
Yeah, she whacked her with a chest going up. That was a good, strong move by Hannah Drew.
Makes the first one, does Drew. Kazajanski in, Mumpini out.
You know,
Drogan in, McDonald out.
The thing with Ted Lasso is it's a platform thing. I don't have Apple TV or
I have a tip for you.
Uh-oh. All right. Not over the broadcast.
No, this is good. It's completely legit and free. The free throw is missed. And right back the other way comes Bedford into the front court. Lila Stein with a 3-point J from the near side for Lila.
Woo!
And Bedford now on top 27-6. Stein's got 7. 4:40 left here in the first half.
That was a pretty shot. We were directly behind her where we're sitting here for the broadcast. As soon as she let it go, you knew it had the right trajectory.
It had the right everything.
Yeah.
Philbrook dribbles up top, now gets it to Drew, drives the lane,
Ooh,
and they call a charge on Drew. Great job by Sydney Grogan of establishing position and holding tough.
That was a tough one. Should we look at the replay and see if she was in the semicircle there?
There's no semicircle here. Rex Chapman wants to know, is that a block or a charge?
Yeah.
27-6 Bulldogs, 4:18 left here in the first half. Ball over to the near side to Suazo. Ball fake, now thinks about taking it down low, instead kicks it back out to Sydney Grogan. Ball to Allard down low with the left and gets absolutely clobbered there by Bailarjon. And she will go to the line and I think shoot two.
She will. I love it. She's taking that old school approach, like Patrick Ewing approach, where she's backing him down. I'm bigger, I'm stronger. I'm going to make a nice move and get to the line if you hack me.
She needs to go Georgetown style and wear the gray T-shirt underneath, though.
Yeah.
First shot.
She does have the knee pads
from
though,
Allard
right?
is good. Knee pads courtesy of Brian Cardinal from Purdue. You don't see that much, but it's kind of a signal to everybody that I'm not afraid to dive after a loose ball.
Yeah, didn't Ewing used to wear those too?
Ewing did, yes.
Yeah,
that's nice pull. Well done.
Come on.
Bedford steals the ball back, up 29-6. Just under 4 minutes left here in the first half, and Sydney Grogan makes a little running J in the lane. And that'll make it 31-6 in favor of the Bulldogs. 3:45 left here in the first half. Shot missed. Bedford gets the rebound as Lila Stein will go right back the other way. Stein to the near side to Grogan. Loses the ball, and with it is Jade Truman. Now gets it back to Jenna Philbrook. Three from the near side. Shot missed by Ashley Trogler. Bedford gets the rebound. Stein now with it, dribbling into the front court with her left hand. Looks to Grogan, kicks over to the far side. Suazo, little J is no good. And the rebound there taken by Truman. Wonder if I could just pronounce it Truman. Probably correct.
Yeah, probably Truman, right?
Yeah.
Truman Show?
Yep.
That's what I'm going with.
Or our former president, but yes, either way.
Harry S. Yeah, well,
Harry S.
Either way. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever you like.
What did the S stand for in Harry S. Truman, though?
Stansfield?
No, it's just a letter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's great trivia right there.
31-6 Bedford, just under 3 minutes left here in the first half. Philbrook dribbling over to the far side, loses the ball. Bedford steals it, and right back the other way come the Bulldogs. Ooh. Anna Stavropoulos in the game, and Grogan is fouled as she dribbles into the front court. That's the 5th team foul on Spaulding. And a substitution coming in for Bedford. Abigail Williams in, Emma Kazajansky out. So your hot tip for getting Apple TV, join Target Circle and you get 4 free months. Target Circle is free. 4 free months of Apple TV.
Okay.
Highly recommend Ted Lasso, though.
Okay.
Swear. Would not steer you wrong.
All right. We're getting thumbs up from the crew over here, too.
Bucket there by Bedford. I was so excited I didn't pick up who got it. I thought Allard. Kate Allard gets the bucket. Thank you, Harry. That gives her 6 in the game. Philbrook dribbles, loses the ball. Just got a little bit tangled up with feet. The ball goes out of bounds. Philbrook hits the floor. And it'll be Bulldog ball, 33-6 here. 2:15 left here in the first half. Grogan dribbling into the front court. Ball kicked away, and now back to Grogan over on the far corner. Looks down to Allard. Allard with it. Nice job establishing position with her backside, and then makes a little J off the glass. Makes it 35-6.
She gets into double digits with that bucket. That was great upper body control there, too, on that move into the lane.
Nice ball fake by our former president, Jade Truman, who converts the shot. And it's now 35-8. Bedford, 1:38 left here in the first half. Stein drives into the paint, kicks the ball out. Now Williams with it over on the near side. Tries to pass into the middle. The ball turned over, and now back the other way comes Spaulding, and it'll be Mackenzie Brochu making the basket, making it 35-10 in favor of Bedford.
Nifty finish there by Brochu. I have to compliment Jade Truman on that last time down. A little McHale move to get into the lane and finish nicely.
Speaking of the Celtics.
Looks like Coach Gibbs going to take a timeout here, maybe talk through our defensive side. It's great to see some faces that don't normally see the floor that are getting into the game. I want to talk about our next 3 TV and radio broadcasts. We're looking at Monday night. The boys are going to take on Winnicunnet, followed by the girls' game on Tuesday. They'll have Alvern visiting the Bedford High School gym. And then Thursday, the girls will be back in action against the Wyndham squad that will be in town. So a lot coming up here with this condensed format of the schedule.
I was just going to talk about that. It's crazy when you think about it. The entire schedule will be done by the time we get to February break, which on one hand is crazy, but on the other hand, these girls get to have a break and they need it. Stein misses a 3 from the far side. Spaulding gets the rebound. The ball was tipped, I should say, and a travel called there on Mackenzie Brochu. And it'll be Bedford ball over on the far side, leading 35-10. About a minute remains here in half number 1.
Yeah, that schedule makes it an intense season, right? Especially the next 2 weeks. They have a 3-game-a-week schedule as they lead into the playoffs here. Early February, they get into the playoffs, and as you mentioned, these seasons will be done by the time February break rolls around at the end of February.
Stavropoulos over to the far side to Allard. Allard dribbles down low, ball knocked away by Brochu, and Spaulding will have the ball. 35-10, they trail. 33 seconds left here in the first half. Trying to get this one a little bit closer. Drew with it, kicks it over to the far side. Now it's Brochu with it. About 20 seconds now left here in the first half for our radio listeners who can't see graphics, but now Brochu gets an entry pass, loses the ball. Nice job by Stein, D'ing up on her. 3 taken there, falls short by Metropolis. Bedford the rebound. Waning seconds here of the first half. Stavropoulos with it, now to Grogan. About 2 seconds left now. Grogan tries to put up a shot, nothing doing. And Metropolis, after that block, just knocks the ball away. And that will do it here for our first half of basketball. Kind of as we expected, Corey, 35-10 after the first half. And for Spaulding, we knew they were going to be outmanned. We knew that that was going to present a challenge for them. They've actually, in all sincerity, kept it closer than I would have thought based on how things looked on paper.
Certainly the Bedford Bulldog defense led the way early on. They were getting out on the fast breaks. They were getting easy buckets up and down the court. A couple of open threes, but they didn't really need to rely on outside shooting as they were getting to the basket with ease. Quick scoring rundown. I'll do the Bulldogs. Lila Stein had 7, Sydney Grogan with 2, Safia Mumpini with that baseline jumper for 2. Emma Kazajanski had 4, Kate Allard with 10 on 4 free throws and 3 buckets. And then Lana McCarthy was dominant in the paint throughout that first half, left hand and right hand.
You gave me the easy math. For Spaulding, Mackenzie Brochu led the way with 4, Jenna Philbrook with 3, Jade Truman with 2, and Hannah Drew with 1. For us in this game, it was 22-5 after 1. At the end of the first half of play, the score 35-10. On radio, we're stepping away. Is that correct? And on BCTV, we're also we're watching the youngsters out here on the court play a little bit of 3-on-3 and run around for a while. They'll sleep well tonight. So, with that said, it's halftime here at the BHS gym. Your score 35-10 in favor of the Bedford Bulldogs. We will be back after this. Welcome back to the Bedford High Gym, where we are bringing you the second half action of the Bedford Bulldogs taking on the Spaulding Red Raiders in a Division I girls basketball matchup. Lauren Fox alongside Corey Munster-Tiger. And after the first 16 minutes of play, Corey, our score 35-10. The first quarter, 22-5 in favor of the Bulldogs. The second one, Spaulding made a bit more of a game of it, but Bedford still outscored them 13-5. That first half of basketball, Spaulding is more outmanned than anything else. Just a numbers game and also a little bit of a talent disparity between the two teams.
We can expect to see a little bit more of that here in the second half as the Bedford Bulldogs come out with their starting team. I would imagine they're going to try to get some of their starters some rest later on in this game as they have to turn it around really quickly and they head up to Hanover tomorrow for an afternoon game at 1:30. Quick turnover here is not going to have Coach Gibbs pulling that cord quite quickly, though. As the Red Raiders come back down on offense, Brochu over to the right side. Truman's shot won't go, but Grogan back quickly the other way. They set up their offense. Red Raiders stay in their zone defense here. McCarthy from the foul line can't get it to go. Tied up down low, we'll have a jump ball, and that will go with the Red Raiders on the jump ball.
To your point about trying to get these players some rest, of course, yeah, you do want to, but if you're Coach Gibbs, he loves watching game film like almost none other. And the more that these players are in and they have the opportunity to either succeed or find things that they can work on, for him, that's a victory. That's a way that they can improve.
He does love that. Game film is just so valuable, and the way it's come since the times you and I were playing,
we
just
didn't
so
have game film.
readily available, and you can learn so much from it by watching other players, by watching yourself. Runner in the lane there by Hannah Drew is no good. Deep outlet pass.
I mean, when I played, they used to just carve scenes on stone tablets.
McCarthy along the three-point line. Yeah, back in the olden days, you know,
Yep.
if you had a game tape, it was gold. You could look at it, analyze it, look at your offense, look at your individual skills and whatnot.
I don't think I had ever seen myself pitch or hit until my kid sent me video that she took during a men's league game within the last couple of years.
McCarthy there with 2. She has 12 now.
And I was mortified.
I was just about to say, how gross was it?
I was mortified. It's like listening to yourself speak.
Yeah.
Awful. I feel bad for everybody who's got to listen to me speak now.
Well, you know, I actually agree with all of them. No,
yes, no, I do too. It's good.
We will have Coach Gibbs stopping by after the game. We'll get an interview with him, talk about the season thus far, plans for the rest of the season, see if he has some key focus areas for the remainder as they approach what is anticipated to be a deep playoff run. Of course, they were state champions last year. They're going to look to repeat. Allard looks in the middle, finds Kazajanski. She gets whacked, but blocked, no call.
Yeah, there was a lot of body on that one.
A lot of body.
Again, though, we talked about it during the JV game. Sometimes you might be less inclined to blow a whistle when the score is 37-10 than you would be if it was 37-36.
True. The referees do the best they can, but when it does get out of hand, I think they want that clock to keep moving.
Yes.
Shot there was errant and out of bounds, so Grogan will take it back up the other end. That was actually close to a 10-second count there in the backcourt. Allard takes the 3, it won't go. McCarthy has her 700th rebound of the game. Maybe a little bit high on that estimate, but not too far off. Ball does go out of bounds as Kazajanski was tracking down that loose ball, but the Bulldogs will get it right underneath. Allard is open, can't get it to go. And McCarthy with that nice soft touch has 14 now on the cleanup. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. The Bulldogs lead 39-10.
I may actually have to go back and watch this broadcast just so I can accurately count her rebounds.
It might be getting close to 20 rebounds by now.
She's at like Michael Cage level.
Yeah, I mean, just dominant underneath. It's so fun to watch. Quick timeout here by Coach Blake. Wants to set up a play on the offensive end. 4:52 left here. Was it out of bounds?
Yeah.
Okay, so it'll be Bedford ball.
39-10. 4:52 left here in the third.
No fouls to speak of here in the second half. Again, I think we're going to see the referees trying to keep their whistles to themselves unless there are some pretty blatant calls. To the benefit of both sides, I believe.
Yes, sometimes. I do think when you are an official, it makes things, sometimes it gives people an artificial sense of what they should or shouldn't be doing or get away with, and that can challenge players, or if umpires or referees can have personal biases, that can also make things a little bit difficult as well.
Are you speaking from personal experience?
I might be.
I've heard a couple stories.
You can attest to the fact that I'm actually a nice guy, so that's good. Umpires do not agree, but
I've heard a couple stories about your antics. We won't get into them
I
here.
wouldn't say antics, but yes. I mean, I'm not Lou Pinnell or Lloyd McClendon.
Well,
Still.
you're defending the honor of your players.
Yes.
So
Yes, yes.
hopefully Pedro Martinez doesn't slam you to the ground.
I'm not that old. I'm not Don Zimmer.
Kazajanski from the corner pulls from 3, too strong. Deep outlet pass off the defensive rebound. That gets picked off by Grogan. Again, that athleticism on display.
She looked like a cheetah going after its prey. She had that thing mapped out, and she knew exactly what she needed to do to knock that pass away.
Man, you went Animal Planet. I was thinking more of an NFL defensive back, but either way, she came up with a steal. A couple of turnovers on both sides, and now we're back into the offensive end. Mumpini pulls from 3. A little short. Kazajanski on the board and gets the quick putback. She now has 6. And the Bulldogs lead 41-10. Truman in the corner here for the Red Raiders. She backs Kazajanski down, kicks to the top of the key. Nice look there. Rattles around on the top, and Philbrook gets her second 3 of the game from the top of the key. 41-13, the Bulldogs lead. So the Red Raiders have moved into a zone defense here in this second half, looking to try to minimize the rebounds that the offensive Bulldogs are trying to get. And right there is another example of how dominant McCarthy is in the lane as she pulled down another offensive board and gets whacked on the putback. She'll go to the line for 2.
And unfortunately, that's just a numbers game. Lana is 6'3", and I'm going to guess that the closest player in stature for Spaulding is probably in the neighborhood of 5'8", 5'9". So there's always going to be that height advantage or disadvantage depending on your perspective.
McCarthy misses both, but Allard comes up with the offensive rebound. Mumpini's pass back to McCarthy gets batted out of bounds by the Red Raiders. So they get back another possession, and Mumpini makes good on it as she buries a 3. 5 points now from Mumpini.
And
go ahead.
No, go.
Just over 3 minutes to go here, 44-13, the Bulldogs lead.
And one of the holes in that zone, and one of the things that makes it not work as well, is when you hit a spot where the zone is soft and somebody can actually hit a 3 from there. And Safia is definitely a threat from that spot.
She sure is. That outside shooting is a killer to any zone. And so is Lana McCarthy on driving guards as she swats that away. Grogan up quickly. Mumpini from the baseline, a little short. Pulled away on the backside by Hannah Drew. She gets up quick. Picks up her dribble and gets in a little bit of trouble, but finds Philbrook up top. Drives hard, lefty. Ooh, wow. That was an offensive foul, and it sounded like Mumpini's head hit the floor, but hopefully it was just her elbow. She gets up and nary a wound.
Looked like it was just an elbow. Safia was there, had established position. Philbrook wasn't even aware that she was there, period, and went in basically with a shoulder down, thinking she was just driving to the hoop, but not realizing there was a human being there.
Absolutely, and solid defensive play by Mumpini to get that position in the first place. McCarthy again with another rebound. That's 972.
I think she had 2 rebounds on that sequence.
Oh my goodness. Stein comes away with an offensive board, and Suazo hits a shot from the side here.
I mean, that was as clean as you're going to find. I don't even think that touched net when it went through.
Very little movement on the way down and through, and Suazo is on the board with her first 2 of the game.
Bedford up 33 here, under 2 minutes left in the third.
McCarthy comes away with a steal. Got a hand in the passing lane. Gets it up to Suazo into transition. Suazo looks to the weak side, finds Stein. Grogan gets blocked from the free throw line. And McCarthy comes almost up, but it gets blocked away. Mackenzie Brochu will now bring it into the front court for the Red Raiders. Tries to step through the double team there, and she's tied up. We'll go with a jump ball, and the Bulldogs will come away with it. Anna Stavropoulos will check in now for Sydney Grogan. Suazo will inbound to Stein. The Bulldogs set up their offense. So I'm looking at their defense now. It looks like it's almost a diamond in one.
Which
The
would
one is on Lana
Lana
McCarthy.
McCarthy. That would make sense.
And they're just trying to deny her the ball, which is a tough task. Jade Truman is doing her finest, but Allard is going to take advantage and stick a jumper. 12 now for Allard, her first bucket of the second half. Just under a minute to go here in the third quarter, and the Bulldogs lead 48-13. Allard will probably pick that foul up as she scrambled for that loose ball.
And having been outmanned many times playing down low against people who are bigger or stronger than I am, all I can tell you, and nobody's asking me because I know nothing about this sort of stuff, but when you're a little guy trying to play against a big guy, you got to realize you have 5 fouls, and you got to try to do things that the refs aren't going to see, and
Sure.
just body somebody with your lower half. That's really the only thing you can do when you're guarding somebody who's 6-8 inches taller than you are.
That's a tough task, and it's tiring for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Stavropoulos' jumper from the baseline is no good. Speaking of a tough person to guard down low, Stavropoulos, her father, is a beast on the men's court.
Yep. Leads the league in most offensive categories, including nose hair.
As offensive insults, or I'm not sure how. Anyway, Stein comes away into the front court, pulls up, gets it to rattle home. Nice little jumper there by Lila Stein, puts the Bulldogs ahead 50-13 as the third quarter buzzer sounds. And the Bulldogs are cruising.
15-3 for Bedford in that period. And for the Bulldogs, still Lana McCarthy on top on the scoring, has 14. Kate Allard still coming in hot. She's got 12. It's funny, though, when you're guarding a bigger player and you're asked to do that, and there's no choice. Like, if you're on a team, you have to take the tough tasks when they're assigned to you, and because that's part of being on a team. Some of those games, you look up and you say, I'm exhausted, and I feel like I played pretty well and I contained them, and then you look at the score sheet and you realize that they scored 40 points.
Yeah, and it's almost a hit to your pride too, right? You're putting everything you have into it. You're physically draining yourself, and you're doing everything you can, and you're just up against a player that is that good, that big, that strong. There's not much you can do except tip your hat at the end of the game and say, congratulations, nice win.
Yeah, it's, at that point in time, you have to start finding every possible moral victory that you can. And it's and for Scott Blake coaching this Spaulding Red Raider team, trailing by 37 after 3, that's what he's trying to do, a different thing than what Kevin Gibbs is trying to do. He's trying to make his players engaged. He's trying to find positives, keep them going, and realize that, hey, the season probably hasn't gone as we planned, but what can we learn and work on to improve for the next one? Kevin Gibbs is having a different conversation with his team at this point in the season.
I have to say, the Red Raiders have still fought hard throughout. I mean, I'm impressed by their fight in their game.
Absolutely.
Quick programming reminder here. We do have 3 upcoming games in the next week. Monday, the boys will host Winnicunnet. Tuesday, the girls will host Alvern. And then Thursday, the girls are back here on their home floor as they will take on Wyndham. Nice little turnaround hook shot from Brochu in the lane. She has 6 points now.
I like the D that Anna Stavropoulos put on her, though. It was a nice shot by Brochu, but Anna did just about everything textbook that you're supposed to do on D on that sequence.
She did. She forced her into a tough shot, and she made it. Brochu made it. Sometimes, again, you have to say, look, I tip my hat to you. I made it hard for you, and you still made the shot. Into the front court now, Hannah Drew. Kicks up top to Truman. She'll come down low, lefty into the lane, won't go.
Another new face in, Audrey Furlan.
She comes up with that rebound. Stavropoulos' entry pass to McDonald is no good. Drew comes away with that steal. And now Philbrook into the front court. Little turnaround jumper there, rattles around but doesn't go. Stein comes away with the defensive board. Pushes up, Swazo along the baseline. She had that jumper right when she caught it, decided not to shoot, dribbled, and the defense had enough time to recover. Stein is going to get called for a travel on the handoff pass to McDonald. So the Red Raiders will get the ball.
It's the classic, you leave your feet dribbling the ball, you have one option at that point, really. You cut your options to do other things.
Well, come on. You didn't have that T-shirt when you were a kid that said "Elevate and Decide in the Air"? I know you did.
No, I didn't.
I know you did.
No, you've seen my vertical.
Turnover here by the Bulldogs. We'll go back to the Red Raiders. 5:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. I believe we've run into a running clock situation with the margin late here in the game. Not exactly sure what that margin is and what time of the game it is, but we are there. Strong drive there by Brochu. She's fouled by Stein, and we'll go to the line for two.
The clock stopped, though.
Has it?
Yes.
Okay, maybe it was just the scorekeeper. Maybe
sleeping at the wheel.
Having a little bit of a brain fart there. 5.5 to go here. 50-15. First shot is good by Brochu. She now has 7. Brochu is now their lead scorer. As the second one rattles in too, she has 8. Stein will bring it up court. Coach Gibbs barks out the play from the sideline. Stein gets into the lane nicely, but her up and under is too far under. Leads to a jump ball on the rebound. The Bulldogs will keep possession under their offensive basket.
The clock is now running again. So I think it was stopped in error. Who knows?
There could be some particulars around foul shooting and timeouts that they don't stop it. Nice catch. Nice little jumper. Won't go for McDonald, but offensive board goes to Audrey Furlan. Great hustle down low by the freshman. Suazo gets into the lane. Looked like she got whacked, but the ball comes free. Red Raiders come away with it.
Again, 50-17 in this one. You're not going to get a whole lot of ticky-tack fouls.
Agreed. Bodies on the floor here. Again, that hustle is still there as I see Jade Truman fighting for that ball. She gets the jump ball with Lila Stein. Just over 4 minutes to go here. The Bulldogs lead 50-17. Down low to Truman. She kicks outside. Three-pointer is no good. Stavropoulos comes away with the rebound. Passes up court to Audrey Furlan. Furlan into the lane. Her pass gets tipped. Saved along that baseline. Finds its way to Stein, who makes a quick move to her right. Can't get the basket to go. Suazo watches it go out of bounds and luckily gets the call right there. Larry Bird comes to mind, as he would never want the ball to fall harmlessly out of bounds because you never know what that referee is looking at. Furlan, tough move into the lane, won't go.
I like that some of the players, though, that we haven't seen as much of are being aggressive, driving the lane, taking shots. Like, you're in the game for a reason. You might as well take it. As Hannah Drew heeds that advice and knocks down a 3 from the near side, makes it 50-20 in favor of Bedford. Just about 3 minutes left in the game.
I have to say, that was a quick correction there. That was Mackenzie Brochu burying the three.
Yes, you're correct.
But Hannah Drew made an outstanding no-look pass. I'm not sure if you caught that, but that was an impressive play by Hannah Drew as McDonald cleans up the boards there. She gets on the scorebook with her first deuce. But I was very impressed by that pass by Hannah Drew. No-look pass to the three-point spot up. And she'll get called for an offensive foul here. I'm not sure I quite agree with that one.
No.
That one should be a no call with 2.5 minutes to go here. The Bulldogs lead 52-20. We see some more substitutions. Into the game comes Abby Williams again. She'll man the backcourt with Lila Stein. We also see Olivia King coming in and making her first appearance of the game. McDonald wide open from 3 at the top of the key, a little short. King comes away with the rebound, gets tied up down low. And the arrow points in the Bulldogs' favor. 2 minutes to go here. Entry pass to McDonald. Stein drives lefty, gets pushed off her line. Good D there by Philbrook. Stavropoulos kicks to Stein.
Was it the game that you and I did where her sister made that free kick from the far side? Were you and I broadcasting that soccer game?
Jeez, I don't know. I mean, yeah, her sister is quite a soccer player.
Yeah.
We're talking of Lila Stein right now. Her sister,
Yes.
sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, not sorry. But she is sorry. Stein with a
Yes.
nice little
wordplay.
crossover
Come
dribble.
on.
Stavropoulos' shot will not go. Just over a minute to go here. Jenna Philbrook into the front court, drives hard lefty. Great pass. Shot will not go as Metropolis couldn't get that jumper to go. There's just something about those lefties. Philbrook's a lefty. She gets into that lane. Tough to guard, right?
It plays tricks with your brain.
Always does,
Yeah,
right?
it's even when you know somebody's left-handed. And the other thing is, they also, lefties typically work better with their offhand than righties do.
They sure do. Coach Gibbs is a little irritated on a non-call in the backcourt of a 32-point game. The ref just looks at him and says, "Coach, let's not talk about it now." Stein gets the ball. Kicks it over to Stavropoulos. Back to Stein. Under 20 seconds to go here. Stein crossover dribble back to Stavropoulos.
I like
Shot
that.
goes. Good for Anna as she gets into the scorebook as well on her first deuce with under 10 seconds to go. That'll just about do it. Crossover dribble, and the floater in the lane will not go by Brochu, and the score will end here. The game is over 54-20 as the Bulldogs take home a home victory over an undermanned Red Raider team.